Hello, I'm Dave Vandervort, and this is Oh, the Pain. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the cost of being creative. Now, I think of myself as being a very creative person. I've written 5 novels, 5 books of poetry, 1 nonfiction book, 1 book of short stories, and I also have 32 patents, so I'm not just in the one domain, but that's not important right now. I did the patents at a time when I was working for someone who was willing to foot the bill. That was nice. So anyway, yes, I think of myself as creative. Part of the cost of that is sleep. There are a number of very creative people who are known as notorious insomniacs, such as Lord Byron and Charles Dickens. They couldn't control it, and, well, neither can I. We're going to start talking about that by describing my dog. My dog she's a beautiful dog. She's about 13 years old, and it shows. Her back hips are bad. She has white around her muzzle, and she doesn't have the same bedtime habits that she used to. For many years, I stay up late, usually typing. Currently, I'm working on 2 different books at the same time. And after I've done for the night, again, very late, usually well past midnight, because for some reason, that's my most productive time. I'll say, let's go to bed, Pickles, and she'll run down the hall. We'll go in the bedroom. She lays down and goes to sleep. Except a few nights ago, she didn't do that. I said, let's go to bed. She lifted her head off the couch, looked at me, put her head back down, went back to sleep. Well, now, I know how this goes. If the dog is still outside on the couch when I feel like going to bed, after about 5 minutes, she'll come down the hall anyway and whine at the bedroom door. So that's not good. And I know she hasn't been feeling her best lately, so I decided I'll just wait until she's ready to go in. So for the next 2 hours, I sat dozing off and reading a little bit until she was ready to go in. Okay, great. You can probably guess. The next day I woke up at the same time as usual, and I was a complete wreck all day long. I wound up falling asleep a couple of times. Eventually, I had enough sleep. I started to feel kind of human again, and I started to type. And it got later and later, and I was typing more and more and more. After a while, it was time to stop and go to bed. Well, what am I thinking? Oh, what's going to happen now? Is the dog going to go to bed? Well, as a matter of fact, she did. She was ready to go. Went in the bedroom, got on her spot next to the bed, went right to sleep. I, on the other hand, laid there, thinking, trying to sleep. I may have even dozed off for a little while. I don't really know. Then what do you think happened? After about half an hour or so, I got up, came back out into the living room, brought out the computer, and started typing. I said I'm working on 2 different books right now. I may have said stories, but they're also books. I spent around an hour writing notes for each one of them. So by the time I got back to bed, woke up the next morning at the same time as usual, and I was a wreck all day long until I had napped enough. It's a never-ending cycle. Some nights I can get to sleep in only half an hour. Most nights it's more like an hour. Sometimes it's 2 or 3. According to, I don't know, some place that I read, the definition of insomnia is taking an hour or more to get to sleep 2 or 3 nights a week. I don't remember if it was 2 or if it was 3. Doesn't matter. For me, it's 7. So it's hard. Now, there are plenty of people who research both creativity and sleep. I've read some of their papers. I've read some of their books. They're very interesting things, but I'm not sure they know anything about creativity. One of the things they say is that creativity is goal-oriented. Well, maybe it sort of is, except sometimes my goal appears to be to come up with an idea that nobody ever has before. Or something. I once, late at night, came up with an idea for an outer space landing platform, good for in deep space or on a surface like the moon or Mars. Someday I might even patent it if I can find someone to pay for it. And I've got to finish the prototype, of course, because that costs money. I bought a drone. I'm having fun with it, but I still need other materials and other tests and so on. That's not the point. The point is, if it's so goal-oriented, why does stuff come out that I did not plan or expect or even want? And why, oh why, does it wake me up sometimes in the middle of the night, 4 or 5 in the morning, just to write down a poem that turns out not to even be any good? I don't know. These are questions probably for late at night when I can't sleep. Thank you for listening. This is the point where I try and make a little money. I have to say the obligatory phrases: please like, subscribe, share, comment. Anything you do helps boost engagement and makes YouTube happy. Or whoever I post this to. Who knows, maybe I'll do more. Also, I need to plug my new book. It's called Judge Not the Killer. It's a science fiction murder mystery. The background around my face here is from the cover. I'll put a link to the book down below. I would appreciate if you would look it over, maybe buy it. If you do, and if you like it, leave a, what do you call those things? Review. A review. And aside from that, thank you for your time. See ya.